I know I'm making the grocery store aisle by aisle videos to show you prices here in Healy, but what I thought was, why don't I pick out a few things that I bought in Fairbanks this past summer and compare them to the prices of what I would pay for them here in Healy. I can understand a lot of people thinking, is it really worth driving over 2 hours to get groceries? And if you see the difference in prices between the interior and in a city like Fairbanks, that maybe makes you understand more why people actually drive 2 hours a couple of times a year to pick up their groceries. So we'll start with Triscuits. These were $5.99 in Fairbanks, and here in Healy, I would have to pay $7.99 for them. I bought 10 of them, and that saves me $20. The vanilla wafers were $4.99 in Fairbanks, and here in Healy, they are $7.19. I only bought 5 of them. That only saves me $10, but now with the Triscuits, we're up to $30 in savings. The party size Ritz crackers in Fairbanks cost me $6.99, and here they cost me $8.99. So that's another $10 in savings because I bought 5 boxes. So we're up to $40 in savings. Fritos and Cheetos and potato chips and Doritos, they all pretty much cost the same thing. In Fairbanks, $5.99, and in Healy, $7.99. Sometimes you can get them at $7.69, but typically they're $7.99. I bought 10 of them. That's saving you $20. So I'm losing track, but I think we're up to $60 in savings. And the Campbell's Chunky is rather expensive in Healy. In Healy, it costs $5.99 for a can, and in Fairbanks, it costs $2.99 for a can. I bought 10 of them, and that saved me $30. So with these things alone, I saved $90 buying my stuff in Fairbanks and coming back here. And I know you're thinking, does this moron actually store food on top of his bed? Of course I don't store food on top of my bed. I store it underneath the sheets to keep it clean. Then I've got the very unhealthy cheddar and sour cream mashed potato powder, but I like it because there's a lot of different flavors. I actually bought 30 of these. And keep in mind also, all of the food that I bought, it's for 6 months. So I bought like 5 or 6 months worth of mostly snacks and things that are unhealthy because that stuff is just much cheaper in Fairbanks. So for the mashed potatoes in Fairbanks, they cost $1.99 each. And here in Healy, these actually cost $3.99. So I saved $60 on these mashed potatoes, even though you shouldn't buy them. I bought these because I wanted to make brownies. These were $2.99 in Fairbanks, and they are $3.99 in Healy. I only bought 3 of them, so I saved $3, but we're up to about $150 now for junk food. The famous Oreos. You already know, $8.69 in Healy. In Fairbanks, they're $5.99. I bought 3 of these. That saves me about $7.50. We're about at $160 in savings. And the Uncle Ben's Ready Rice, they just have flavors that I like. I bought 10 of these. They were $2.99 each in Fairbanks, and in Healy they're $4.99, so that's $20 of savings. So just on what I showed you, I saved about $175 buying the groceries in Fairbanks. Again, this stuff's like for the next 6 months, and I just put it in boxes on the ground. You know, the soups, the ready rice, and the mashed potatoes, vanilla wafers, the cookies. I didn't show you everything. I bought like brownies. These were things I saved like $1 or $2 on. The Triscuits. I bought a box of soup in case I get sick over the winter. And there's my chips that are supposed to last me for 6 months. Another sunny day in the winter. Something I've noticed that's a little bit different here than in Valdez is in Healy, it's quite a bit drier in the winter. In Valdez, there was freezing rain. It did snow, of course, a lot more. It was always wet there. Here, it's not really wet, it's just cold. And for those of you who get bored with the food videos, this is just something special I did. I just wanted to show the prices from Fairbanks to Healy. Also in Anchorage, the prices in Anchorage were roughly $1 less than the prices in Fairbanks. So Anchorage is going to be the cheapest place in Alaska where you can buy groceries, but it's only like $1 less than Fairbanks. And so many people complain about Fairbanks being expensive. When you compare it to all the other prices in Alaska, I don't really find it that expensive. I think people just like to complain sometimes. In Anchorage, you didn't hear people complaining. It was almost like they knew, even though they were paying more for food than most of the lower states do. They just knew they had the cheapest prices in Alaska, and I think they were happy for that. Fairbanks is number 2. You got to be happy for that. If you're in the top 5 for food prices in your state, you're a winner.